Hello dear students, in this subject hydraulic engineering. Today we'll start a new chapter, that is flow through pipes. So in this chapter we'll discuss about laminar and turbulent flows in pipe, smooth and rough pipes, pipe network analysis like pipe in parallel, pipe in series, okay, and losses in pipes, that we'll discuss. Losses means the energy losses in pipe. So first, what is this flow through pipes? The flow through pipes means the flow in pipe is called pipe flow when fluid is completely filled with the cross section without free surface of fluid. Means the fluid must be like this in this picture. Okay, the fluid must be fully fills the cross section. Okay, then we can say it is a pipe flow, and the flow occur due to pressure. Flow occur due to pressure. If it's not fully filled, if it is partially filled, then we can say it is a open channel flow where pressure is atmospheric. Okay, this is one example here. There is a pipe flow is occurring in this direction. Okay, in this direction flow is occurring. So if you insert a pressure piezometer, if you insert a piezometer at this point and this point, you get the water in the piezometer. So water will rise in the piezometer, and here also water will rise in the piezometer. That is called pressure head. This portion is called pressure head. Okay, this portion is pressure head. So here there will be datum head, and there will be pressure head, and this is the kinetic head. Okay, and this pressure head is usually measured from the center of the pipe. Okay. So kinetic head, pressure head, and datum head. So total head is the energy head. If we join, then we will get TL, total energy line. If we exclude the velocity head or kinetic head, it will be hydraulic gradient line. Okay. So flow through pipes means if the flow is occurring in pipe with, and the fluid is fully filled with the cross section, then it's called pipe flow, and the flow occurs due to pressure. So next, I will discuss this laminar and turbulent flows in pipe. What is laminar flow? What is turbulent flow? Experimentally, if we can define these two flows, and if we have to do this Reynolds experiment. In a Reynolds experiment, the dye is released in the pipe. Okay, in the pipe flow, the dye is released, and if the velocity is low, means the fluid is moving slowest and gets a well-defined streak line like here. Okay, then this flow situation is called laminar flow. When the fluid is moving faster, gets an irregular streak line. The streak line is irregular and the fluid is moving faster with a high velocity. Then the spreads which blurs and the spreads that dry out. The streak line also fluctuates randomly with time. The streak line fluctuates with time. This type of flow is called turbulent flow. Okay, and in flow which is in between this laminar and turbulent, means not so slow or so high speed of flow, and the streak line is there. Okay, which is not so well defined or not so random. Okay, like here. So in that case, we cannot confirmably, you cannot say that whether it is a laminar flow or turbulent flow. We can say it is a transitional flow. Okay, transitional flow. So let's discuss about this comparison. If we compare this laminar and turbulent flow, actually the definition of this laminar flow according to the flow pattern. The fluid layers move parallel to each other and they don't cross each other. However, in turbulent flow, the fluid layers cross each other and don't move parallel to each other. They move randomly, fluid particles mixed with each other, and fluid layers may cross each other, not parallel to each other. That type of flow is called turbulent flow. Okay, in laminar flow, the velocity is very low. If flow velocity is very low, then only laminar flow may occur. Usually in the river, laminar flow occur during non-monsoon period. During non-monsoon period, the velocity of the water in the river is very low. So in that case, the fluid layers are parallel. They move parallel with each other. And turbulent flow occur when flow velocity is high. Like in monsoon period, in the river, the velocity is very high, and the flow occur very randomly. Fluid layers mix each other. That type of flow is called turbulent flow. Laminar flow occurs in small diameter pipes in which fluid flows with low velocity. R is Reynolds number is rho Bd by mean. So R depends upon this B and D. If B and D increases, then the R value increases. Therefore, for laminar flow, this velocity is low and it occurs in low diameter pipe, less diameter pipe. In laminar flow, R value is less. In turbulent flow, this R value is more because the velocity is more and diameter occur in large diameter pipe. Okay, so Reynolds number, if it is less than 2000, it is fixed always. That in experimentally it is found. Okay, it is a standard value that when Reynolds number is less than 2000, the flow is considered to be laminar. When the Reynolds number is more than 4000, the flow is considered to be turbulent. If it is in between, you cannot say whether it is laminar or turbulent. The flow may changing from laminar to turbulent or may changing to the from turbulent to laminar. So to express that type of flow, that named as transition flow, when the Reynolds number is in between 2000 to 4000. The shear stress is in laminar flow depends upon the viscosity. Tau is equal to mu into du by dy, that you know. Okay. It depends upon the viscosity, not the density. It is independent of the density, whereas in turbulent flow, the shear stress depends upon the density of the fluid. In laminar flow, the fluid flow is very orderly. There is no mixing of adjacent layers of the fluid and they move parallel to each other and also move with the walls of the pipe. However, here the fluid flow is not orderly. There is a mixing of adjacent layers of the fluid with each other and they don't move parallel to each other and also with the walls of the pipe. Flow patterns and velocity profile. Flow patterns, here in case of linear flow, we can see the flow pattern, fluid layers are parallel to each other and the velocity profile is parabolic. Velocity profile is parabolic, and here the shear velocity, shear stress, you can say, is maximum at the boundary and minimum at the center, and it varies linearly. It varies linearly, means the profile is a straight line. Okay, but in case of turbulent flow, you can see these layers are mixed with each other, and this velocity profile is logarithmic, and this shear stress is maximum at the edges and minimum at the center, or zero at the center, and it follows this. The profile is not set straight line. It can be a parabolic. It is not straight line. So here the shear stress is 0 here, maximum at the end. Okay, so it is not straight and the velocity profile is logarithmic. So this is the one comparison of flow of this laminar and turbulent flow. Let's come to this topic, that is smooth and rough boundary. What is smooth boundary? Smooth boundary means let this is the boundary, okay, and this is the surface irregularities, okay, surface irregularities. The average depth of this surface irregularities is let k. Average depth is k, and here it is average depth is k, and this laminar sublayer, this is the thickness of laminar sublayer. This is the thickness of laminar sublayer. If the laminar sublayer thickness, that is delta, is more than this k, delta is more than k, then we can say it is a laminar flow. Above this laminar sublayer, there is turbulent boundary layer, turbulent flow, and this is the turbulent boundary layer. So when the average depth K of the surface irregularities is less than laminar sublayer of the surface delta is called as hydrodynamically smooth boundary. However, in case of hydrodynamic rough boundary, this K is less than, sorry, K is more than this delta. Delta is less than K. Laminar sublayer is thickness is less than this K. And here the eddy formation, eddy means that is the circular motion, the rotational motion of the fluid particle at this boundary. Okay, so here there will be eddy formation which may reach to this surface. Okay, the surface, but here the eddy cannot reach to the surface. The eddy will be here at the turbulent boundary layer. Here it will be, and it cannot reach to the surface. Okay, so this is the difference between the smooth and rough boundary. According to the experiment done by this Nicodemus scientist, according to his experiment, it is found that, and this is standard method which is widely used. Okay, the K by delta, if it is less than 0.5, then the boundary is called smooth boundary. If it is more than 6, then it is called rough boundary. If it is in between 0.25 to 6, then it is called transitional boundary. Okay, so this is the standard value. If K by delta, that means the where K is the depth of average depth of the surface irregularities, and delta is the laminar sublayer thickness. Okay, and the ratio is less than 0.25, the boundary is called smooth boundary. When it is more than 6, the boundary is called rough boundary. In between these two, 0.25 and 6, it is called transition boundary. Transition means whether the flow, we can confirmly, we cannot say whether it is smooth or rough boundary. Okay, and confirmly we cannot estimate the laminar sublayer thickness. It can be okay. Usually in the transitional flow, in case of transitional flow, the boundary you can say the transitional boundary. Okay, so now this boundary is fixed always on basis of this value K by delta value. Okay. In terms of roughness Reynolds number, we can classify the smooth boundary and rough boundary. What is roughness Reynolds number? We know that Reynolds number is Vd by nu. Vd by nu or rho Vd by mu. It is mu, it is nu. Okay. Rho Vd by nu. Rho, if we bring this rho here, it is mu by rho, which is kinetic viscosity, that is nu. Okay, that is nu. This nu. So Vd by nu, that we know that Reynolds number is Vd by nu. V is the velocity, D is the diameter divided by kinetic viscosity. But roughness Reynolds number is written like this: in place of V, it is surface shear velocity. In place of D, it is K, that is average thickness of that surface roughness. Okay, that surface irregularities divided by the kinetic viscosity. And this shear velocity is expressed as shear stress, square root of shear stress divided by rho density. The shear stress is always written as rho into v square. The shear velocity into square. And US is estimated as square root of tau naught divided by rho. And this is already is derived for that shear velocity is square root of g into r into s naught, where g is the acceleration due to gravity, r is the hydraulic mean depth, s naught is the slope. So here the classification is according to this Reynolds number, roughness Reynolds number. If it is less than 4, then the boundary is called smooth boundary. If it is more than 100, then it's called rough boundary. If it is in between 4 and 100, then it is called transition boundary. Okay. So like this, the classification of smooth and rough boundary is done. So this is about some smooth and rough boundary, and also we discuss this laminar and turbulent flow. So this much. Thank you so much.